Watching this team play over the past few years is like playing lottery. I don't even play lotto. I'm not a betting woman. But it's like playing lottery because you don't know what you're going to get. You can win one day, you can lose the next. This team beat Slavia Praga 4-2 in the Champions League. Am I happy? No, I'm not happy. And you shouldn't be happy either with this performance. The score is deceiving because, yes, we did win. But the first half performance, oh my God, shocking. What have I been saying? This defense, this back line is going to be our weakest point going into the season. This back line is our weak point. We can't expect to win a major trophy. We can't expect to win the Champions League with this back line that we currently have, with the way that we are set up. You're basically setting us up for failure. Now, if you're new to the channel, like, share, and subscribe, all that fun stuff. And if you're not new, welcome back. And let's get into the match review. The fact that we were down to a team that only had 2 goals before us in this whole Champions League campaign is funny. It's laughable. It's embarrassing that we let this team, actually one of their goals was because of us. It was an own goal. And the other one we let them score in the first 10 minutes of the game. The fact that it was 2-4, the fact that we were down and we had to fight our way back to gain control and get the lead and get the amount of goals to help us in the Champions League standings, to hopefully avoid a playoff game. Bro, a game in which I thought, damn, we're going to go into this game and it's going to be, easy. A game that should have been easy against, you're playing a 30th, 30th team in the whole Champions League campaign, and you managed to pull this performance. It's embarrassing. Yes, we won. Yes, we got the goals that we should have gotten, and that put us in a better position going into next week's match week in the Champions League, because now we currently stand in 9th. We stand in 9th place, and now we have to wait on other people above us to either draw or lose, which is doable, and hopefully us win next week with no issues, and hopefully bang a good 4 and 5 goals on the team. Not concede in the first 10 minutes and have to fight our way back to gain control of the game and to manage to fight our way back. It seems like this is a pattern with this team. It's like this not only in the Champions League, it's like this in La Liga, and we've seen it especially over the past 2 years. The way that this team manages to concede goals shortly after we score them has to be studied. There's some type of brujeria, black magic, I don't know what's going on, but the minute we score a goal shortly after, we concede. It happened to us in the Supercopa. It happened literally last week against Real Sociedad. How is it possible that this happens to us time after time again? Flick's starting 11 today didn't consist of only basically 2 players that usually start, that couldn't start because one of them is injured and one of them is suspended, that being Ferran and Lamine. Everyone else pretty much plays and pretty much starts. You have Rooney, who finally got some playing time and he managed to start, and then you have Lewa, who obviously started over Ferran because he is out for the next 1 to 2 weeks. Everyone else starts. Everyone else gets playing time. What was that first half performance? God knows. I don't know what I was watching. It's like we didn't even want to compete. It's like we were not competing for literally anything. This team was sleeping. This team looked like they didn't even want to play. Was it too cold over there? Was that the issue? I'm going to talk about the team collectively now and our performance. I'm not even going to get into our back line too much because the fact that we are conceding against a 30-something team, the fact that we are giving them basically a free goal in the first 10 minutes of the game is embarrassing, and you have to do better. We can't expect to compete in a big dog real men tournament like the Champions League and concede goals the way that we do. We just can't, and I'm sick and I'm tired of repeating it over and over again, and people try to say, Kelsey, you're not a real fan, you don't believe, you don't do this, you don't do that. Bro, I believe. Trust me, I believe. But you also have to be realistic. It's okay to have dreams and aspiration and goals and want this team to succeed as a fan. It's normal. But sometimes you got to look at yourself in the mirror and be like, am I being honest with myself? Am I just talking just to talk? Or am I actually thinking with some common sense? Pedri went off injured. People were saying that Pedri had a very terrible performance. He played really, really bad. But the truth of the matter is that Pedri has set the standard midfield performances so high that any performance that he does below average is like, oh, he played horrible. And guess what? I don't know how long he's going to be out for. Could be a week, could be 2 weeks, could be 3. God knows. But he went out injured, and that is the last person, the person that runs our midfield, that is the last person that we needed to be out injured. De Jong had a really good performance today, and also Fermin Lopez. Fermin, it's like you've been listening to me. It's like you've been hearing me. This is a Fermin that I want to see week in and week out, not just only in big games, not just only in games that you shine and then you go MIA for the rest of the season. No, I only don't just need you for the Clásicos. I need you for the big games. I need you for La Liga. I need you for the Champions League. And today you showed up and showed out. And one of the things I've noticed, especially today, is that Fermin and Flick's relationship, Flick is like his dad. Flick wants Fermin to do so well. He wants him to succeed. He wants him to be the best version of himself because he knows the type of player that Fermin can be. Fermin's long-range shots, bro, are so good and so lethal when he actually decides to shoot on target. And I'm not going to lie, I see Fermin's confidence levels rise. I see him try to play better, try to be better each and every week. And you see it in Flick too, because Flick wants him to be the best version of himself because he knows the potential that Fermin has to be a really good player for this Barcelona team. And also now more than ever is going to be a test to Dani Olmo now that Pedri is out on injury. Dani Olmo, Fermin, De Jong to be that core 3 in the midfield. Then moving on to our front 3, Rafinha, Lewa, and Rooney. Rafinha, I don't think had a really good game today at all. If I'm being honest, I didn't see Rafinha that I expected to see when it comes to the Champions League campaigns. He had an off night, but honestly, so did everyone, especially in the first half. Lewa, unlucky with an own goal, but then managed to get it back. Rooney, I feel like wasn't the Rooney that I expected to see either. Like every single time I feel like he subs in games, especially for the past few weeks, I feel like you saw his flair, you saw how good he was, and today he was just off. But again, not only was he off, the whole team was off, especially in the first half. And this is the thing, as you're progressing in this tournament, when it comes to the Champions League, you can't sleep. You can't underestimate your opponent. You can't be caught lacking because it can be a game like this, let's say in the round of 16, in the quarters, whatever. The game's just going to be getting harder and harder, and all it takes is for you to have one unlucky game, one unlucky day, and you're gone. It really shouldn't have to take for this team to concede goals and to be down for them to realize and be able to bounce back, because that is going to cost them later on if they do advance further and further in this tournament. Yes, we won 4-2, but the football that we showcased, especially in the first half of the game, was not it. It was embarrassing. We cannot continue to play like this going into the next few rounds of the Champions League. We are not going to get far with the way that we play. Listen, job's not finished, because as long as this Barcelona team does not play a playoff game, I'm good. We're in the clear because we don't have the facilities. We don't even have the capacity, let's say, even as fans, to go and watch this team play a playoff game, a knockout game in the Champions League, especially with this format. So next week, we just have to pray and hope that all the teams above us either drop points, lose, and draw. And hopefully we win, and we win by 5, because the last thing I want to see is this team play a knockout game in this Champions League. No. Move on to next week, and I will see you guys in a few days. Thank you guys for tuning into the video. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you're new to the channel, thank you for coming back. And I'll see you guys in a few days. Peace.